In this short video, we will be looking at what is Flask. So Flask is a web framework based on Python. So what is a web framework? Web framework is something that we can use to develop websites. So there are if you want to develop a website, there are a couple of ways of doing that. So you can use something like PHP, which is kind of old, but you can use a newer approach like Angular, React, or Vue.js, all of which are fine. But the thing you have to understand is this front end or the website runs on your browser, and it has, when you do something on the website, let's say in the Facebook, when you post something, it doesn't post on the website, it has to go somewhere, it has to go to a server, uh, or what we call the backend. So that means you have to have the front end, and you have to anyway have a backend. So backend can be written with Python, Java, or C++, whatever the language you are using. That is the backend. Front end is here. So that means you have to know a front end language and you have to know the back end language, right? So you have to know either Angular or something, and on the other side you have to know Java, which is fine, no problem. There are a lot of advantages of doing that way. But then there is another way of doing that, that is, we can write everything front end and back end in one code base, and we can use Flask. So if we use Flask, you can create the backend and front end using Python, and yes, you need to have knowledge about CSS and JavaScript, but that and HTML, but that is a different thing. But you don't have to learn a entirely new language like React or Angular. You just need to know Python. So with Python you can create fully functioning website which are state of the art, no problem. It can handle any traffic, no problem. So Flask is a very powerful thing that we can use to create websites. So it is not hard even. So if you look at this is from our full lecture. This is a fully functioning website. So it has one web page called home.html, and it has some HTML, and you just have like how many lines here, 13 lines, and you have a website up and running in 13 lines plus HTML page, and it is running on localhost 4000 port. This is Flask at its basic level. So how hard it is for you to learn this? It will take like 10 minutes. So Flask is very easy and very powerful, and that is a small introduction to Flask.